video responding to it. Now, with that down, let's get on to the next topic, which is our Demon Slayer review. Guys, this show is so good, I don't even know what to say. The Demon Slayer is just an absolutely brilliant show, and just want to talk about it a bit. And I love I love Tanjiro so much. Like we talked about being able to look up to characters early and how Chainsaw Man Denji, I can't really look up to that character as much. So the show is only a 9 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10. But Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, oh my gosh, I look up to that guy a lot. He is freaking awesome. And I'm going to tell you why. Is that he has the ability to empathize with his enemies even while he's killing them. And he doesn't compromise, logic or smarts just because he empathizes with people. One of the things I absolutely despise about a lot of modern movies and shows is that you have some bleeding heart, liberal of a character. The bad guy's doing wicked, awful stuff, and he's like, "Oh, but I know deep inside you're a good person," and he puts his sword down. See, I'm not gonna hurt you. It's okay. And the bad guy's like, "Oh my gosh, I understand. I'm gonna stop being bad now." He, you see, he just slice your head off. Like, but Tanjiro is brilliant because he doesn't sacrifice the innocent. He doesn't allow the demons to continue doing bad things. He's like, "Oh, but I want to resonate with you. I want to have empathy for you and show you that I care. And maybe you can cut." No, he cuts your head off. He's gonna cut your head off. You're eating humans and killing children. Your head's gone. Get fricked. And so, I love the fact that he's not just some bleeding heart idiot that will literally put other people's lives in jeopardy just to try to have empathy for the bad guy. Having empathy for people doesn't mean you allow them to continue hurting you or others. There's a difference between empathizing with people and trying to understand them so that you can engage in a meaningful conversation and just removing all boundaries so that their toxicity can spread everywhere. And so that's one of the things that I really look up to Tanjiro for, is that he does what needs to be done. You're a wicked, awful demon. Your head's coming off. But even in that moment, even through all of that, the blood, the gore, he still finds time to resonate and acknowledge the good that was there. The good that is still hiding somewhere, that was tarnished and destroyed. He still has compassion for those that other people hate. Even though he has to do what he has to do, he cuts their head off, he saves the day, he still takes the time to see what could have been. The good that could have been in that person had they not turned into a demon, had they not done what they'd done. He still takes the time to be compassionate towards them. Let's talk about how we can do that in our own lives. Remember I talked about setting boundaries. You can't just allow people to walk all over you and spread their toxicity everywhere. That's not going to work. But I think with empathy and compassion, we can create a link and an in a lot of cases where love really can save the day in time if we do it properly. I firmly believe that hatred just creates more hatred. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't diffuse the situation. But if you take time to listen to somebody, understand their point of view, and say, "Hey, I hear what you're saying here, and I understand, but I'm coming from this point of view, hearing me out." By making them feel heard, you will ingratiate yourself to them, and they will think, "Oh, this person's actually taking the time to respect me and hear me out and hear what I have to say. They're not just calling me evil because I voted differently than them. Maybe I'll take a minute to hear what they have to say because they've been so kind to me." That won't happen all the time, but it will. That those instances will increase in number, and over time, if we all keep doing that and keep being a bit more empathetic and a bit more compassionate and learning to breathe a little bit and not have to have the last word and actually be able to speak to people openly and kindly, I think we could start bringing society back together just a little bit. And so, and I know what a lot of you are going to say, oh, but those people, this and that. It's like, I know. I'm not saying lower your guard and not stand up for yourself. I'm saying be tactful, be smart about it. Understand human psychology and understand that ideas are hidden in the heart. If you want to change someone's mind, you actually have to touch them here. That starts with having enough empathy to listen to them, show them that you care, and at least respect them enough to hear them out and fully understand their ideas before you trash them. And then don't trash them, just kindly say, hey, I understand what you're saying, but this is what I'm saying. They're much more likely to listen to you in that case. And not all conversations will work out, but a lot more conversations will work out. And over time, I do believe that loving people first and being right later can actually reduce the chaos, and we can actually make the world a better place. However, hating people will only, increase it. And so that's the main thing that I take away from this show, Tanjiro, is that he is just an absolutely amazing character that gives all sorts of love and empathy, but he still does what needs to be done. He doesn't mess around. He doesn't have a bleeding heart. He doesn't jeopardize other people's lives just to give the villain one more chance to turn good. No, he slices your freaking head off, and but he still cares. And I think if we could somehow embody that in the way we go about doing that, obviously not slicing people's head off, but you know what I mean, setting our boundaries, saying, hey, no, these are my boundaries, this is what I am, but I'm willing to be kind and compassionate and hear you out. Might still disagree with you, but at least I'm willing to show kindness. And that's really why this show is so meaningful to me, is because it has a main character that seems to do that. And to the point of season 1 and 2, I definitely think season 1 is the better season. I think season 2 is a great season. There's some things about it, I don't know, it just didn't hit as hard as season 1. I'm hoping season 3, the next arc that comes out, hits just as hard and harder. I want this show to keep getting better and better, because it is one of my absolute, favorite things, and I just love it. I'm going to rant and rave on this all night, and so actually I'm just going to say those are my thoughts on Demon Slayer. That's what I take from it. That's how I spin it into something more about the world and things like that. And really hope you guys learned and enjoyed something like that. And let me know what animes that are meaningful to you, and which ones you want me to watch, because I'm going to be doing a weekly anime update where I watch a bunch of different anime and give you my thoughts on shows that are currently running. And so we look forward to seeing that. It's probably going to be every single Monday night, where we could just hang out and talk about the latest anime episodes that are coming out. We're going to be doing the last season of Attack on Titan, so definitely like and subscribe for that. We'll keep it less political too. We'll just talk and nerd out about anime, and I won't give advice all the time. But let me know in the comments down below